Hi there, it's Quick and Easy Card Making Monday with Mary. I'm Mary with Mary's Stampin' Cafe. Thanks so much for stopping in at my video today. It is episode number 8 of my Quick and Easy Card Making Mondays. It's perfect, it's the beginning of February, and you know what that means? It is a brand new sheet load of cards with Call Me Crafty Al. You have seen different cards I have made before. If you are a subscriber to my channel and you watch my videos, great, and thank you so much. If not, subscribe below and click that bell. I appreciate that. But it is the February 2025 sheet load of cards. One of the things I love about the sheet load of cards is that your biggest job, that is deciding on the layout for your card, as well as kind of your layers and things like that, take up a lot of time. But when I can have a template and use that for a sketch, it really makes your card making so quick and easy. So I want to share with you these beautiful cards that I've made. I'll show you my 2 versions here. Let me set my piles aside. In the sheet load of cards for February, it makes 6 A2 size cards. So these are the 2 that I created just because I care, and a super fun inside. And then this one, again, it's the same layout, but just using some different layers of pattern paper. And look at that one. XOXOX and love, just those vellum inside, excuse me. So let me talk about this particular sheet load of cards and the supplies that I used to create these 2 versions. When you get to download the sheet load of cards, I'll put Crafty Al's link below, and you can go and subscribe to her channel. If you're a subscriber, you are able to print out any of the sheet load of cards, and they've been going on now for years. This particular one, again, it yields 6 cards. You're using 2 pattern papers, and then you're using 2 cardstocks, a base and another layer here. You have your sentiment oval, and then you have this little piece of vellum. Now, there are alternatives here, which is always listed, and I really like that because I always change things up on that. One other thing that Crafty Al does, if she wants, if you don't have the time to create all the 6 cards, you want to make a single one, she tells you right here the measurements for just each of the cardstocks or pattern paper. So then on the next page, what you get is a visual showing you your A2 card bases, 6 of them, card sheet 1, 8.5 by 11, and this is for the layer, this piece right here. And then over here, my pattern paper, if you look closely, that's 4 1/4. Now we're going to 4. 4 1/4 by 3, 2 3/4. And so you're getting your cardstock layer and then the pattern paper or designer series paper there. Then the other is the pattern paper here, the A, that is 5 1/4 by 4. That's your layer on your card base. So you see you have all of this extra here. So something that I do whenever I do the sheet load of cards, I like to go ahead and double. So I will make my whole 12 by 12 the 5 1/4 by 4, and that will give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I also then will take and do a whole sheet of these. And so what happens is I can manage to double the sheet load of cards and then use up quite a lot of this excess that's going on here. And so that's what I did for mine. So I'm going to set those aside, and I'm going to show you the products that I used for my 2 cards here. I pulled in Stampin' Up's Marbled Elegance 12 by 12 paper. It's a beautiful paper that has all sorts of gold accents running through it. It is an online exclusive. That designer paper coordinates with the Hearts of Elegance bundle, which I used. I did not use any of the stamps, but I did use the Hearts of Elegant dies. I absolutely love this heart die set. You might have seen my card that I did by creating a heart-shaped card using the largest die here. Today I'm utilizing a couple of different of the hearts here for my focal point, as you can see. So I used that. Now I also used, and that is for the sentiment, I pulled in the heart-shaped bundle, which is a level 2 celebration item. You can earn this free when you spend $120 before shipping and tax in the month of February. You can get this bundle free. I use the sentiment tag here to do my sentiment, and I use the Just Because I Care to do that. I also used our adhesive-backed gold hearts for my accents on the labels there. Now, for this other paper, I pulled out some of the pattern paper from Scrap Diva Designs. This is a 12 by 12 paper pad, Love Struck. And I've shared this before in one of my Facebook Lives, but there are some really, really pretty papers in here. Now, a lot of it is quite cutesy and not quite my style, but I really, really like this floral pattern right here. And I also really, really liked, where is it now? This here with the little letters, the love postage stamp and the letters. And you can see that here. I'm using that beautiful floral here. And then the love notes and the love postage stamps. I just thought that was really great. And this again then is the Marbled Elegance Stampin' Up's designer paper. That's the back side, which is a flat side. The other side has all of the gold embellishing on it. One of the things I really liked about this floral paper is I can match Stampin' Up's Pool Party to this. I brought in Bubble Bath because it really kind of lent itself well for that. I think Lost Lagoon would work really, really well with the green that's going on here and there. So Real Red, obviously, and the little red flower. So those are the things that I used for my card on here, for these two cards. So what was really great is I was able to make 6 of this design, and then I did 6 of this design, just mixing and matching those papers. I do a card making group where I create 6 cards for 6 different people, and I send it out to them by the 6th of the month for 6 months. It's a make a card, send a card groups, which my spring groups are forming. So if you think you'd love to participate in having a list of 6 people that you create a card for and mail it out each month for some happy mail, just click the link below, and deadline for signing up is the 15th of February, and it doesn't have to be Stampin' Up! Products. It can be any of the crafting products that you have. So I was really excited because I need to get my cards out by the 6th of February, and the February Sheetload of card was perfect for that. So I thought it would be really fun to go ahead and create another card using the February Sheetload of card directions. And we're going to go ahead and use the directions for just the one card. And so I know that my pattern paper, I'm going to have my layer for the base of my card, which is 5 1/4 by 4. And then I need another pattern paper 4 by 2 3/4. So I'm going to start there. Now I pulled out, I think the card base I'm going to use is Real Red. And then again, I absolutely love this paper from Scrap Diva Designs. I just think this colors in this are just so good, and they really do work well with Stampin' Up's colors. The other one I pulled out from there was this one right here with all of the rows of hearts. And I just thought it's a non-traditional Valentine, which makes it, doesn't have to be a Valentine card. It can be one for get well, just a note, all sorts of things. So I'm going to use these two together. And Then I'm going to bring in the marbled Elegance. There's that beautiful gold running all through that marbled Elegance paper. And I'm going to be using this side, although that's kind of fun there. I think it's just a little bit too loud. And I'm going to be using this as well. So I think I'm going to be using this to cut out one of my hearts. It's just such a pretty floral pattern, and it kind of resembles the florals that are going on in this paper as well. So there we are. So let's go ahead and cut those things that we need. So for the base of the card, I'm doing a standard A2 size card. I'm going to go ahead and score at 4 1/4. And then I will turn it and cut it at 5 1/2. And then I have 2 card bases from that. Now it did say that my first layer was going to be the 5 1/4 by 4. Now my card is going horizontally, so I am going to do a 5 1/4 by 4 with the hearts going wide direction. So that's going to be the layer for the front of the card. And then I need another one per the directions that it's going to be. The other pattern paper is 4 by 2 3/4. So the 4 needs to be the wide way for the flowers. No. Flowers need to go this way. 4 by 2 3/4. Yes, I did do this wrong. You can see my flowers are going this way instead of this way. You know, they did talk about doing this card vertical. I wonder how we could do that. I wonder. The card originally went horizontally this way, but what if I this time had my card going vertically? Let's do that. I think that would be a lot of fun. So I'm going to cut this differently. I'm going to go ahead and cut the heart paper at 4 and 5 1/4 now this way. And then we have the hearts are longer going this way for our base of our card, just like so. And then the piece that I cut here will work out perfectly. Now I am going to use real red as my layer for behind this. So I'll grab my piece here, and this one was 4 by 2 3/4. So now I need a 4 1/4, which actually is right on my score line. 4 1/4 by 3. So it's just a 1/4 inch larger than that pattern paper. And I tell you, whenever you have a sketch that gives you the dimensions, you can take just a whole sheet and cut those parts and pieces down, and then you're getting multiple in just a few easy steps for sure. Okay, so now I have all of those pieces that I need to have cut. The other thing I will need is I do want a piece of basic white for the inside of the card. I don't think I'm going to do a heart for the inside of the card. I still might, but I'm going to do a 5 1/4 by 4. Do something a little different on this one. A basic layer, if you want to remember anything, is 5 1/4 by 4. All right, so we have those parts and pieces. Can't get that on the inside. So I'm going to go ahead and set my trimmer aside. And I can start just layering some of my things together here right now. So there we go. I love the blue-green hearts here. So nice. Matches really well with the blue-greens that are going on in the paper there. My Stampin' Steel doesn't like this really slick paper. But there we go. We got enough. We've got enough tape. All right. So I am going to use dimensionals to raise this up. Let me grab that. When I was doing my 12 cards for my Make a Card, Send a Card groups, because I do 2 groups, and this was our last month, February, and that's why sign-ups are going on for the next round. That's the spring edition. It would go from March, April, May, June, July, to September. And I put together lists that have the addresses and emails and birthdays for the person participating that are on your list. And then you just create your cards each month and mail them on out by the 6th of the month. And you can bless people with some Happy Mail. All right. So there we go. Looking great. Now, you know what? I can bring this right up. I think my flowers want to go this way. They just were calling out to me saying, turn it around, turn it around. There we go. All right. So I do have a heart. I have an extra heart that I had cut out, and that one's it's gonna go right here. And I think it's so fun, the card going this way. A little bit of a difference there. That's great. So we're going to have that. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the Stampin' Up's Marbled Elegance paper, and I'm going to bring the Hearts of Elegant heart dies, and I'm going to pull out the one that is a good layer right here. This is a beautiful die, and I had started using this, and one of my cards actually does have this heart on it. It looks like this when you die cut it out. It's really, really pretty. Has all those stitched leaves. It is not for quick and easy card making though. When you die cut this heart, it really holds on to that paper. And so you have to be really careful when you're trying to pull it out, and it does take a little bit of time. And when you're wanting to make quick and easy cards and multiples of the cards, save that die for another time. So this is the one here, and I'm going to go ahead and die cut this out. I'll need to trim my paper though. There we go. Grab my mini here. Just put that down. I put my top plate over in front of the bottom plate so it can grab first, and it helps the roller get started easily. And there we have that beautiful heart with those flowers. So pretty. Put that right back in its case. There we are. I'll go ahead and glue that together. Oh, and look how pretty that heart is. Oh, that's so pretty. It's just a little distracting though because of all of the patterns going on with the beautiful floral paper and those hearts. So then this goes right in the center And just look at how much texture that gives that heart with the flowers there, a little bit lighter flowers. Now, something else on this card, it talked about having this vellum layer behind your image or your sentiment. I'm not quite sure that my vellum will work here, but I want to show you. You might remember that Stampin' Up! Had the vellum basics a while back, and I happen to have some left over, and I have these pieces. I'll just grab this one here with the leaves, and I thought, well, that would be a great vellum piece. And it talks about that vellum piece being 3 3/4 by 1. So I'm going to go ahead and cut a 3 3/4 by 1. So pretty, the pattern on the vellum. So there's the 3 3/4 by 1. I'm using the one over on this side. And there's that 3 3/4 by 1 piece. Now let's see how I might use that on the card. Since I turned it vertically, I don't think going across this way works very well, but I could have it going up and down this way. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use it and do that. I kind of like it. I just need a little tack of glue. I'll go ahead and put this right down the center. You can see the leaf pattern on the vellum is so pretty. All right, so we have that. Then I'm going to go ahead and put the heart down. And then we're going to get really fancy. Doesn't take a whole lot of extra time. And remember, you're saving a lot of time by using the Sheetload a card template to help you out. I'm going to grab this die right here from the Celebrations heart-shaped bundle. Again, you can earn that free during the month of February with Celebration. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run this through on the vellum piece. And coincidence, this heart is the same size of the heart I just cut out using Stampin' Up's paper. So that heart layer from the Hearts of Elegance is the same size as this, which I thought was just fantastic. And our layers here, and we'll run this through. One of the reasons why I wanted to run this through with the vellum, I thought it would give just a beautifully delicate, feminine addition to the card, but it would also give some texture, like the vellum strip that I added right down the middle. So when you pull this out, notice you have the inside of the heart right here. So if you wanted to, you could die cut this out twice, one with a cardstock color and then one with another cardstock color, and then put the two pieces back together, and you would have two different color parts to your heart. So I'm going to come in here and just get this going so I can pop this right out of here, and it's coming right out. I just need to get it started. There we are. And look at how beautiful this heart is. It's just so delicate and feminine. And what I really like about putting it through on the vellum that has the leaves, little bit of the leaf structure in it, it gives this a milky color to it. And it's just really cool. All right. And I love that this heart is the same size as the other heart I cut out. It's just like a bonus. Because you know, you can have heart punches and heart dies, and you think you can layer them all, but sometimes the shape of that heart is just not the same. And look at how pretty that's going to be when I put it down. So I'm going to grab my Barely glue here, and this is going to give me just tiny little drops all around. Another thing you could do is you could put adhesive tape, the adhesive sheets on your vellum before you run it through. I would not do that with a clear vellum, but the pattern vellums that have the little patterns in them, the tape will not show through, and so you wouldn't need any glue at all if you were to do it that way. But I'll use this, and I apologize, but I have to get this back in, and sometimes it's hard to find it. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and bring it over. I want to match my tip, and then from there I'll let it fall where it wants, and then I'll press, press, press. And I don't know about you, but look at how beautiful that addition is. It just pumps up your card like you spent hours creating. And we did not. Now, I already went ahead and I had an extra one of the labels here, just because I care. And on this one here, I'm going to put this right in the center, just like so, since we went horizontally. And how pretty is that? I think I will use dimensionals on this. Do I have minis over there? No. That's okay. I can go ahead and just cut a couple of the edges. Making my 12 cards, one of the things I was saying is I had a bunch of dimensional sheets like this that had nothing except the edges left all the way around. Well, that was perfect for the 12 cards I made because I could use up all of those almost used up dimensional sheets. It was great. All right. That's going to go just like so. And look how beautiful that came out. Beautiful. Now let me go ahead and grab those pretty adhesive back gold hearts, because we're going to use those on this card. I think I'm just going to use the little ones on either side of the tag here. And that's it. That floral paper, and I love, again, just having this blue-green tied in with the bubble. Oh, I didn't tell you, this is Bubble Bath. I don't think I told you that. So Real Red and Bubble Bath cardstock colors. It goes really well and coordinates really well with this Scrap Diva Designs, which is hard because, you know, Stampin' Up, everything that Stampin' Up produces coordinates so perfectly well with colors. And so it's hard sometimes to grab a different product and not have it match, so to speak. Now with this, I'm going to go ahead and grab a piece of, this one, and I'm going to trim it so I can put it on across the bottom of the card. I want to have full hearts, so I'm going to trim this off. Oop, trim a little more. There we go. And I'm going to go 2 hearts high. Get that right in there. There we are. 2 hearts. 2 hearts high. just see a little bit fuzzy right here, so I'm going to just get that off of there. There we are. Okay. That bold black hugs and kisses there is so fun. All right. Go ahead and put that at the bottom card. And just because I care, I'm going to come back to the stamp set here. And I'm going to come in and pull this heart out. No, I think I'm going to do the flower, because of that really pretty floral paper of Stampin' Up's in there, and then as well as the paper there. I think what I'm going to do though is I'm going to stamp off. I don't want it to be super red. So I'm going to just turn the paper over, take a look. Something is on. Yep. Sorry, something was on the stamp. All right. Okay, here we go. Remember I was going to stamp off? Well, I decided not to. Oh. Well, there is our flower. Not quite what I anticipated or planned, but it's cute anyway. Well, there we are. Well, I don't know about you, but I think that was pretty quick, pretty easy. Now, I didn't have to die cut out that heart. It was already die cut out for me. But really, truth be told, when it came to making these 12 cards, it actually ended up going lickety-split, because when I cut out my heart dies, I can run 2 pieces at the same time and get 2 hearts at once. And so that's really easy. And all of the other stuff was already worked out for me, so I could spend my time on that and not trying to design out the card. So there we have 3 cards following the February 2025 Sheetload of cards from Call Me Crafty Al. Again, I have the link below for Crafty Al's YouTube site. Definitely go and subscribe. You need to be a subscriber in order to be able to download and print the Sheetload of cards instructions. Hey, if you try the Sheetload of cards, go ahead and share a card with me. I'd love to see what you create. And so there it is. That's my Quick and Easy Card Making Monday, episode number 8. Utilizing some products from a couple different places, but look how beautiful these cards turned out. I kind of really like my little insides that I did on this card, with the vellum that's behind the die cut out heart, just to continue that fun that's on the outside into the inside of the card. And then of course, then this one is a whole different feel just because of the different color tones. And a great inside with that paper border. Well, let me know which cards you liked best. I'd love to hear from you. And again, give me thumbs up, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I'd really appreciate that. And until next time, happy stamping.